Hello everyone, today we are factoring trinomials by decomposition method. So let's take a look at our first example, when a is equal to 1. Now for a lot of us, we know that we take the a value and we multiply it by the c value to find the multiplication number that we're trying to get. So the a value here would be a value of 1, and we're going to multiply it to negative 10. So when I multiply those two numbers, I'm trying to get the combination such that I get negative 10, and the addition number is going to be negative 3. The addition number is found using what number is in front of the x variable. I need to figure out which number combination works such that when I multiply it, we get negative 10, but when I add them, we get negative 3. In this situation, we should be getting negative 5 and 2 for this to work. Since the same number satisfies both conditions, we know that this is the right combination. Now to do decomposition, what this means is that we break down the middle term. The middle term decomposes, right? The word decomposition means breaking down. So we actually break it down into negative 5x and plus 2x. And that is what decomposition will do for us. It breaks down the middle term. Now, once you do that, you just take a look at the front two terms and the back two terms, and you try and factor out what they have in common. So the front two, we can factor out an x variable. And if we do that, x squared divided by x just gives us x. Negative 5x divided by x just gives us minus 5. So we factor out x from both of the front terms. From the back two terms, we can see that we have 2x and minus 10. So we can factor out 2 from both. So plus 2. Factor out 2 from 2x, we just get x. And factor out 2 from negative 10, we get minus 5. Now, the nice part about decomposition here is that the moment you get two matching factored items in the back, that tells you that you are doing this correctly. If they did not match, that means something went wrong. And to finalize your final answer, we just basically put x minus 5 in one bracket and everything else that was on the outside into the other bracket. So everything else on the outside would be this x and this plus 2. So we'll just put in x plus 2 into the other bracket, and that is our final answer. Now what happens if a is not 1? So in this situation, we're going to see that a is 2 and c is negative 9. So again, two numbers multiplied such that when I multiply them, we get negative 18, because 2 times negative 9 gives us negative 18. Addition number, two numbers will give me 3 when added together. So which two numbers when I multiply give me negative 18, but when I add them give me 3? This will have to be 6 and negative 3 for both. Since it satisfies both conditions, we know this is correct. So same thing, we're going to break down the middle term. So we get 2x squared plus 6x minus 3x minus 9. So same idea, you take a look at the front two terms, see what you can factor out, take a look at the back two terms, see what you can factor out, and we should be able to continue with decomposition. So this one here, the front two terms, I can factor out a 2x. If we do that, we end up getting x plus 3. The back two terms, I can factor out negative 3, and if we do that, we also get x plus 3. The moment this happens, I can check both of these match, telling me that I am doing this correctly. So the final answer would just be x plus 3, and whatever's left on the outside, 2x minus 3. That will be our final answer. Now, there are some cases where decomposition won't work immediately. So remember, the very first step that you have to do is factor out anything that they have in common for the trinomial. So here we see 15x squared minus 27x minus 6. So all three of these front coefficients, they can be divided by 3 first. So first step, always factor out what they have in common before you use any method, whether it be decomposition or bottoms up or bombs method, or any other special methods that you've learned from your class. So when I factor out 3 from here, we end up getting 5x squared minus 9x minus 2. Now we can use decomposition into what's inside of the brackets. So I need two numbers when we multiply to give us, in this case, we'll get 5 times negative 2, which is negative 10. And when I add them together, it will give me negative 9. So the two number combination that we'll need is negative 10 and 1. So now I can apply decomposition on the inside. Remember to hold the 3 on the outside. So I'm just going to keep everything else inside the brackets. So we'll have 5x squared minus 10x plus 1x minus 2. Again, we can apply decomposition on the inside. So for this one, you might want to switch these brackets to square brackets for now. And I'll show you why later. So take a look at what's inside the brackets. For the front two terms inside, we can see that they have 5x in common. So keep the 3 on the outside, factor out 5x from the front two terms. If we do that, we get x minus 2. From the back two terms, there is nothing else to factor out. So in this case, it would just be like a plus 1 bracket x minus 2, nothing changes. Reminder, once these back two items match, that gives you a sign that you're doing this correctly. So you can conclude with 3 bracket x minus 2, and the other bracket, we just get whatever's left, which is the 5x plus 1. And that will be your final answer. Now, if you didn't like decomposition, although some teachers do make it mandatory for you to learn, check out my other video over here for bottoms-up method or over here for bombs method. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.